Tim Briggs here, and today I am playing at Squirrel Lake Park, my home course. I live within walking distance of this place, and so I play here quite a bit. It is an interesting course. Lots of elevation change, interesting shot shapes. And here I am in hole one. I'm trying something different today, a little low, skippy, stable shot, and it worked out really well. This is actually a par 4. It should be a par 3. So this is technically for eagle, and I would really love to give this a good bid, but there's a creek right in front of me, and so I do my best. It allows me to have a very easy tap-in birdie, which I make. But one of the things you can see here with player B is single chain baskets are sometimes hard to putt on, but that's what you get at Squirrel Lake Park. On to hole 2, and this is just a gorgeous hole. I mean, look at this thing. It's a par 4, goes down and then up to the left, a beautiful hole, picturesque. Most sane people throw a backhand on this hole, but I'm not sane. I'm throwing an understable crave here, which works out really, really well. Could not have thrown that any better. Perfect shot shape for me. Puts me in a good position here. And just for fun, I threw a backhand, which also worked out really well too. So this gave me a very easy upshot, which I throw great, but I get a very bad skip, unfortunately. And so I have this nervy birdie putt here, which I make. And so does player B, to spoil it for you here a little bit. So I'm 2 under through 2. Feel good about that. Hole 3, I like to throw a little backhand turnover shot. It's a really tight gap. This was a good shot shape, a little nose up, hits a tree, gave me this jump putt, which I juiced a little bit, but tap in par. Hole 4, and you can see here, this disc is going to get some work here today. The Tim Briggs here, crave, I call it. Hole 4 is one of the most frustrating holes in Charlotte for me. The tee pad just seems to be off. This camera angle really doesn't do justice how hard this shot is to hit. And you know what? Today, I probably threw my best tee shot on this hole ever. I mean, look at this. I got a circle 1 look. I really want to make this putt, and I don't. That's a bummer. Player B makes it. Player A, not so much. So I move on. Hole 5 goes down and then up to the right. Very difficult par 3. Very hard to get it on the top shelf. I'm trying to do kind of a flip up forehand with my insanity here, and this is an insane shot. One of my better tee shots ever on this hole. Gets me up on the top shelf, and again, just for fun, I throw a backhand turnover, and this thing, gosh, this would have been parked if it didn't hit the late tree. That was a fun shot too. I mean, pound for pound, 2 of my better shots ever on this hole. Unfortunately, can't make my birdie putt, which gave me a little bit of a nervy par putt coming back, but both player A and B, Mario and Luigi, sink those putts. Hole 6, you got the drive here, which is technically OB. I'm trying to throw a low, skippy shot, and I do that. I just needed to push it out just a little bit farther. This was so close to being perfect, but as it was, I was pinched off and had to throw a tomahawk, which hit a tree, and then I throw another kind of soft tomahawk pancake shot, which just gets me in range of making par, a very nervy kind of downhill par putt. And that wasn't pretty, but it goes in. And Luigi is also not pretty, but he goes in with his putt. I'll take a par there. On to the next hole. This is a fun hole, kind of down and then up to the right. I'm trying to throw a hyzer flip, and boy, I throw this so well. I threw it a little bit low, but it so would have skipped into circle 1 had I not hit that log or whatever that thing was. Putt, close, not close enough. This is probably the most aceable hole on the course with a backhand. These 2 trees, it's hard to tell from the angle, do give the backhand some trouble. If you're insane, you throw this forehand turnover shot like I do, but boy, if you hit that gap, you can make a run on the basket like I do here. Boy, that was close. Good throw. Allows me to have a fairly easy downhill putt, which I make. And so here I am, 3 under through 8. I'll take it. When I was thinking of playing today, I was thinking about hole 9 here. The basket's right in front of you, right down this hill. It is a tight gap. And I was thinking about, I want to throw a hyzer flip forehand and just shoot it right down this tunnel. And I want it to go completely straight, and I want to give that basket a run. And you know what? I do it. I get a little luck. It gets a little sneaky through the trees, and boy, that seemed close from the tee. I think it was long, but man, it looked good from the tee. As you can see, it's a lengthy putt, and right out of my hand, I knew this thing was going to be a little low, and it was close, but I needed about 3 more inches to get that thing in. That would have been a nice birdie. Still a fun shot. Hole 10, this goes down and then hard to the right, par 4. I'm throwing my motion. I just wanted to carry about 200 feet and then push right hard. I execute this shot perfectly. It hits a tree late. It's hard to see. And then for some reason, my second shot, I definitely recorded. It did not show up. I mean, conspiracy theorists may say there's something weird going on here. I promise you, I threw a great upshot and gave myself a birdie look. Which puts me at 4 under going into hole 11. This is another downhill shot. Goes hard to the right. Very tight gap. I'm throwing my Tim Briggs here, Crave, hyzer flip. And this is a beaut. So good. Gives me a circle 1 look. One of my better drives ever on this hole. And luckily, I sink it. I could have made more putts today, but overall, my putt felt pretty good. 5 under going into the last hole. There's only 12 holes at Squirrel Lake Park. Most sane people throw a backhand on this hole, goes up and to the left, but I throw a forehand. It's a hard one to shape. You know, most of my shots kind of do this. Kind of hyzer out to the right. It gives me a very easy upshot, which I execute. And I'm going to spoil it here, but I make this putt. And I end my round at 5 under. 5 under through 12 holes at Squirrel Lake for Tim Briggs here is pretty darn good. It was a beautiful day to play disc golf. And you know what? Disc golf is fun. It's fun. Go play some disc golf. I had fun today. Thanks for watching.